Hey YouTube, today we are taking a look at Lior's new website. He's launching a new service that's a self-deployed data infrastructure that enables companies to have all their data on their own servers without third parties getting access to it. That's how he defines it. He solves three challenges for companies: cost of building your own infrastructure, regulatory stuff, and basically making sure that you can trust your data again. So let's open it up. New tab. There's a loading little thingy happening. Okay, here we go. So first thing I notice is this. This is a very generic image that just doesn't really add anything to the title that says meet your single data source. Honestly, I would have probably placed a graph showing either the platform or something that like a graph that shows your data now, your data later, right? Like as is to be kind of situation. I don't really see the relevancy of putting a graph that's or an image or something that has no connection back to the text. Now let's talk about the header. Meet your single data source. So all of this is above the fold, the famous ATF. Above the fold is basically all the content that sits up here in this square here. So what do we have? So meet your single data source. That doesn't really mean anything to me. I'm a developer. I understand what a single data source means in terms of data. So that means the one spot where you go and you get all your data. But from the description of what this service is, aka self-deployed data infrastructure that enables companies to have all of their data on their own servers, I don't think a single data source is the right terminology you want to use here, right? Because it seems like this is way more infrastructure heavy to achieve some kind of single source of truth, but you're not meeting your single data source, right? You're talking about the infrastructure. So TADOps is a service as a software. First of all, software as a service is a thing. Service as a software is a bit different. By TAD, Tale About Data, enabling you to collect, store, process, and visualize your data, integrating into one single platform to meet your needs of every team. So I feel like taking some of the keywords off this, you could create a much better H1, because I don't think this H1 here does a very good job at explaining what it is. I love this call to action here. I think this is very, 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 very good. Why is that? Well, as soon as I click this call to action, I know exactly what I will be getting into. I will be booking a no obligation consultation. That means I'll probably end up talking with somebody, talking about stuff related to migrating away into a new infrastructure that's probably hosted on my premise. So all of this, this, no, I will rework these things. I like this thing. If you don't collect your data today, you can analyze it tomorrow. And especially this thing here, this is weird. Service as a software. Everyone uses software as a service. Why would you invert that? In terms of navigation, up here, TADOps, solution pricing, blog, podcast, login, sign up. I think there's a bit too many things going on. This could be totally deprioritized to the footer, and this one probably too. Pricing is good to have. Solution, the product, and I don't know what TADOps is. Why ePrivacy features integration. So you're basically okay, yeah. Just consider there's a little bit too much going on here. So another thing before I move down from the above the fold section, this logo is kind of small. I said small because it's very, very, very hard to identify. If you do the test where you kind of squeeze your eyes, you're I can't really read what it says. So it's probably not worth having it that small here. All right, first thing up below the fold. Okay, this has been highlighted with a color that matches my mouse highlight. Kind of confusing. Would have been nicer if it was a little bit slanted, left and right with little edges, maybe a different color so it doesn't look like I've highlighted. That's OCD stuff. But standards for ePrivacy compliance, GDPR. Okay, collect, track, store, process, and visualize your users' data. Okay, so it's again, okay, so it's not about, so okay, reading this, now maybe the H1 makes way more sense. Huh, okay. So this feels like less and less like a infrastructure thing and actually just like a big database that conveys or contains all of your data. And maybe it's hosted on your premises, but I don't know. Doesn't say anything about on-premise. Did I just make that up in my head? Key challenges. Collecting and storing data is not cheap. Agreed. E-privacy regulations. Agreed. They're hard to keep behind. And making decisions understanding which data is relevant to no. Also agreed. But like, how does your platform, you know, how do you address these things? You need to show some use cases, some screenshots, something that proves that you're actually building to answer those questions. Win with data and tell your story. Okay, everybody wants to win with data. Create a clear data strategy to transform your data into a tool for smart business. Perfect. I mean, we've been reading this for like 30 years, right? So that's some good marketing speech there. Does it make your website, your product feel more real? No, I'm still missing those screenshots, those use cases. So this is kind of like a framework. You answer these questions, you get something out. All right, very cool. You have some testimonials here. The thing is, this don't look very real right now because there is no link between like their position and their business. Like, who are they? Where do they work? Do you have a LinkedIn link? I didn't even read the text. Oh, there's more? No, it's the same. Okay, so why does it scroll if you only have 3? I guess you're just preparing for the future. Okay. Centralize your data. Yeah. Book a free consultation. Cool. Visualize all in one platform. I think you're repeating yourself a lot. You've already said all of this. Like, why are you centralizing it? To make better decisions. You've said that earlier on. So like, no point repeating yourself. You're wasting people's attention, right? Like, think about, you only have a minute or so where people will scroll through your page, and what do they see? Well, it's like the same message over and over, but in the same flavors. And then what is this? We've got you covered. APIs. Okay, so you're pulling in data from all of these tools, or are you? Yeah, you are. Okay, and you pull out, you push in, push out. Okay, so basically you funnel, right? You do that, you know, that, and then there's another arrow or whatever, and you're like saying, you're this person, this is platform X, this is platform Y. Okay, what do I see here already? I don't get it. Silver, who starts with silver? Usually you start with bronze. You put bronze here, then you silver, and then you have gold. And then you highlight one of these and you say recommended, and also you give like a yearly pricing. Also you have a setup fee. Interesting. Also, what this makes really hard to understand is like, because you go from silver to gold to bronze, it's like, okay, you got 30 employees here, above 30 employees, and then you jump down to 10. Wouldn't it make more sense if you just had a slider somewhere here, you know, and it says how many employees do you have, and then the price, you have one card and the cost changes. And then sure, you can add those on the card, right? This is your footer. Okay, I like that you have a, you know, subscribe now notification thingy, newsletter thing. There's no real reason why I would subscribe. Like, there's like, why? What are you giving me in return for my email? And then all of this is kind of lorem ipsum, right? Yeah, but it's a good start. I mean, in terms of footer, you know, about us, it would be cool to have, and then social media, like to give some kind of trustworthiness to your company. Okay, all right, that's pretty much all I have. Just to recap, rework the above the fold, kind of give more insights into what you actually do with examples. Don't repeat yourself. Make the testimonials real and stand out, and then rework the pricing stuff and improve your footer. I think that's good feedback for 10 minutes. If you enjoyed this and you'd like to see more of this, please do consider subscribing to my channel or become a Patreon. Links are in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and like always, see you in the next one. Have a good day.